Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Your English Teacher. If you've reached this video, I am sure you must have seen the first 3 videos on this chapter as well. It gives an introduction to the chapter, text-wise and text questions explained in one video. The third video deals with only short answer questions. This chapter, The Summer of a Beautiful White Horse, is the first chapter of your 11th standard textbook snapshots, and today in this video we are going to deal with only the long answer questions that I think are of some importance in relation to exam. So let's begin. The first question asks, who stole the beautiful white horse and why? How did they use the horse and what made them return the horse to its true owner? Now, what I always tell my students, the wrong answer question should always be written in 3 paragraphs, and therefore the points that I give in all these long answer question series are always going to be divided into 3 paragraphs. In the first paragraph you'll talk about how the story is an interesting story about stealing of a horse by 2 Armenian boys, Murad and Adam, and later how they actually return it back to their rightful owner. So who stole it and why? Because they dreamt about it. That detail all will come in the second paragraph, where you tell about the fact that Murad had a passion, and a love for this horse riding. Due to his passion for riding and fun once, he stole a beautiful white horse, and actually the poverty of the tribe forced him into fulfilling this desire by stealing the horse, and for this desire for riding by stealing a horse. His cousin Adam too loved riding, and therefore their childish innocence actually kind of justified that they had stolen the horse for riding, and therefore it was not the same as stealing it for money. And the 2 boys enjoyed the riding of the horse early morning and hid it in the barn of the deserted vineyard. And the boys belonged to the Garuglenin family, which further made them somehow realize their integrity by John Byro. John Byro in the end, in the third paragraph, you can talk about the fact that John Byro had come to them, and in this aspect, in this incident, they actually their conscience is pricked, and they then let go of their pride and honesty, let go of their childishness, and they allow their pride and honesty to be restored. It's not that they've lost their pride and honesty, but the fact is that they are children and they have maybe wandered off into just fulfilling a simple desire of riding a white horse. So I hope you understand these 2 points can be written in the first paragraph, this can be divided in the second paragraph, and this in the third. And whenever you write down paragraphs, always leave a line in between the paragraphs. Let's go on to the second question. Compare and contrast the characters of Murad and Adam. Now this is actually, see, had it been in a tabular form, you could have written in a tabular form, but in English we do not suggest or recommend writing in tabular form. So I've left the division of the paragraphs for this answer to you. And here Murad and Adam were cousins of 13 and 9 years old respectively. They both longed for a horse ride, but their family was too poor to buy a horse. Both were adventure loving. Both knew that the family was well known for honesty and right conduct. But Murad could not just help stealing John Byro's horse. And while he had a streak of craziness, Adam was honest. He was simple-hearted. Murad was more talented, more bolder than Adam. He domesticated the wild horse of John Byro. He even repaired the injured wing of a robin bird. He knew how to deal with the horse, the dog, and a farmer. And comparatively, Adam was timid and very low-lying. Let's go to the third question. Bring out some of the noble traits of Murad's character. Now see, Murad was the son of Zorab, no doubt. He was a 13-year-old cousin of Adam, and Zorab was actually a very practical man. But somehow he was considered to be as crazy as his uncle Khosrow. This can be mentioned in the first paragraph. In the second paragraph, you can talk about different characteristics of Murad, and you can say he was not so honest as his family and tribe. Not so honest doesn't mean that he's done a crime. He's just a child, and it is later onwards he decides to return it back. So he did not hesitate to steal John Byro's horse because he was crazy. Okay, that doesn't make him a criminal. He was very fond of the horse riding and as his cousin, and he did not want to have he did not have the means to buy a horse. So the child very cleverly, he hid the horse in a deserted barn, took it out during the daybreak for a joyride, and he loved the adventure and singing. He also had a remarkable self-confidence. He said boastfully that he had a way with the horse, dog, farmer, and he was not a thief, okay? It's not that when I say, there might be students who may say that this is not correct, he was not as honest as his family tribe. This is just a way of throwing upon the light that he did actually take somebody else's possession without his permission. But that doesn't, again, I'm saying it doesn't make him a thief, he doesn't make him a criminal. He returned the horse to its owner and John Byro after about 6 weeks. Now let's go on to the next question, question number 4. Now the question number 4 asks, the narrator's uncle Khosrow was known to be a crazy fellow. Give a few instances of his craziness. The narrator's uncle definitely was an enormous man with a large moustache, and he was considered to be crazy and capricious by the people who knew him. He was furious by nature. Okay, these are things you can divide. Maybe I can take this point in the first paragraph. That's no problem. He was considered to be very furious by nature, easily annoyed. He was impatient. He would not let anybody have a say. He silenced people with his roar. Once his house was even on fire, but he asked his son to pay no attention to it and replied to him very rudely. And then when he got irritated, he just spoke about his stolen horse. When John Byro spoke about his stolen horse and walked out of the room, he got irritated, and therefore it shows that he was a bit crazy. He was a very strange character, and the division of what you put up in first, second, third paragraph may vary. But see, what we do in these long answer questions, we give kind of an introduction in the first paragraph, give the description of whatever is asked over here in the second paragraph, and in the third we give a kind of a concluding statement. Now let's go on to the 5th question. Murad showed a special concern for animals. Justify. Now in this story there are several instances of Murad's compassion towards animals. And how are those can be described as below. First of all, the horse is better under his command, and the injured robin is also nursed to health by him, and the robin is able to fly again. The fact that the only name he could think of for the horse when he was asked was my heart in Armenian language, that also speaks tons of his sympathy towards animals. Moreover, the dogs that followed him to the barn when he goes to return the horse to the owner, it was very, they didn't bark at him. At the end, when Murad parts with the horse and poised, and it was a very poised and emotional scene, whereas Murad is clearly grief-stricken due to this separation. Through all these instances, we can definitely justify Murad's compassion and concern towards animals. Coming to the last question, question number 6. What did John Byro perceive about the horse after it was returned, and why? John Byro was returned the horse after Murad had kept it there, and then John Byro had noticed that the horse had grown stronger. Okay? And it was much more well-tempered. Why did this happen? He was unable to fathom. And then he couldn't understand why this positive change had happened in the horse. The reader, as a reader, we can concur, we can understand, come to a conclusion that it was due to the love and care of the horse love and care of Murad that the horse had received from those children. And these children treated their horse like their heart. And like John Byro, they did not treat the horse like any animal of burden. So now, if you really understand how to write the long answer questions, also always keep in mind, I repeat in all the videos, that the long answer question should be written in 3 paragraphs and leave spaces between the 3 paragraphs. Understand what to write in those 3 paragraphs. So I hope you visit my YouTube channel again. We will be posting more videos. Before these videos, this video, there have been 3 videos already posted on this chapter, and I'm sure these will be of some assistance to you. Do visit my Facebook page, Your English Teacher, as well. You will be able to, on that page I've discussed about literature in general, anything that inspires me and may end up inspiring you. Love you, take care, all the best.